Matt, you went on that run like midway through the first half, and that really opened things up. What were you guys able to do during that stretch that really changed the momentum of the game?
If I recall correctly, I think we got a bunch of stops, and when you can stream together some stops and get some buckets, you're able to make some separation. Just took a little while to get used to their zone. It's something we haven't really seen yet this year. And they're a really good team. They're a big team. They play hard. They rebound the ball well. But yeah, we just got some stops, and we finally started making some shots. And we were able to stretch out a little bit.
Tyler, Matt just talked about it, but seemed like a real physical team. It seemed like, but defensive pressure, a lot of it maybe had something to do with that, getting that separation in the first half. You guys got on them pretty good there for a while.
Our defensive pressure?
Yes.
Yeah, so like a big emphasis this week was just getting into the ball and making it hard for them to throw it into their big guys down low, because obviously they're a lot bigger team than us. And like Matt said, when you can string together a bunch of stops, that really helps us on offense too. So I think that's how we get our big pushes in the middle of the first half and kind of at the end of the second.
Man, is this team at its best? I mean, you can see there are 5 guys in double figures and pretty much another one at 9. I mean, is that when your guys are at your best, when everybody's involved like that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, usually when we got a lot of guys scoring the ball, it means we're moving the ball well and sharing the ball well and getting good looks. And we've won 16 games, and I would bet that most of those losses, of those 5 losses, it was a lot of me basketball, my turn basketball, and not making that extra pass. And if we just make one more pass, I think we'd be a lot better team. So yeah, we shared it well tonight, and guys made some shots.
Nick, last time you guys were in this gym, didn't go nearly as well. Was there maybe a concerted effort to make sure that you guys get back on the winning track at your home gym?
Yeah, I mean, as a team, we take pride in defending our home court. That's something that it happened. North Dakota State got us for the second time. That's something we kind of talked about, that we got to defend our home court and take pride in defending this place. So that's something we talked about, and that we want to come out and kind of make a statement and give it to our fans and show them that we really want to defend this place.
Matt, your coach talks a lot, when we talk to him anyway, about what's going on in practice, which we don't really care about. But you have had the opportunity to have a lot of practices. Have you made some progress?
Yeah, we've had I think 5 practices we haven't played. We had a bye on Saturday, so we had a lot of practices this week, and we got a lot done. And Coach actually just talked about it in the locker room, about practices. So he just said, we had really good practices leading up to this game. So, but it definitely plays a part. Preparation is key. If you fail to prepare, you're prepared to fail. Like that one?
Oh, I got it. That's some wisdom from that one guy.
Old man wisdom.
Tyler, can you tell us anything about Omaha next game?
I know they got a guard from Minnesota, and they're a really fast up and down team that likes to get in transition. So I'm sure we'll be doing a lot of running in practice to get ready for their transition attack and start looking at the film tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. I can tell. Well, good victory for the Yotes. Oral Roberts is a good basketball team, very physically imposing, and they've been playing very good basketball, since their win against Missouri State. They've played very good. Beat Missouri State, beat Florida Gulf Coast, start off league 3-0, and it wasn't just 3-0. I mean, they dominated all 3 of those games. I mean, they just weren't even games. And so then, have a chance to win at Frost Arena, we all know is very, very difficult to do. And then they were down 3 with the ball at North Dakota State with 4.5 to go. So they're good, and they can do a lot of different things. And we got down 6-0 to start the game, and then I thought we were really on attack mode, on both sides, offensively and defensively. They did some great things, especially in the second half from the 3. They only averaged just over 6 threes a game. And so for them to go 10 for 18, we were going to basically, and I don't want to say make them beat us that way, but that's basically what we needed to do. They're number 16 in the country in offensive rebounding. And not only number 16 in total offensive boards, in league play, so through 5 games, they get 40% of their missed shots. So just do the math. Every 10 shots they shoot, they're getting 4 of them, right? 4 of their misses. And that's an astronomical number. Like, that's insane. And so they just impose their will on you, not only with their strength but athletic ability. And to hold them, I know 11 seems like a lot, but still that's about 32%. And so that's a good number against any team that you play, and especially a fantastic number against these guys. So I thought cutting them off and not letting them get too many freebies or chip shots in the paint was huge tonight. And then on the offensive end, we finally made some shots. I thought we really shared the ball well. Too many turnovers, especially that first half. We had 9 turnovers out of our 14, but we have 27 made shots and 19 assists on those shots. And so that's an excellent number. And good passing teams are good shooting teams typically, and I thought we really shared it well.
Did the defense, though, really set the tone? I think it did. It got things going for you.
It did. We get down 6-0, and we really started putting the press on, and we were ready to, certainly that was part of what we were going to be doing, and just try to wear down, their guards. I thought our bench did a good job. We really went to the bench a lot in the first half. I think we played 10 guys in the first half. And I thought, Joshua Doss in particular, I thought really sparked us, played super hard, got a freebie, got a layup. I shouldn't say a freebie, but got a layup early. And then Doss is good when he's Doss really knows how to press, and he creates such energy. He's just an energy guy. And when he was on the floor, we were plus 11 in that first half. Sparks was Sparks, played 12 minutes, really defended well. I thought Fuller was very good again. And Armstrong didn't get as much clock. I thought Armstrong had a great game at Fort Wayne, but it's just one of those deals, so next man up mentality. But I thought our starting 5 was very good all night. Peterson in particular, 39 minutes, 6 for 8 from the field, 13 points, 4 assists, had a couple silly turnovers early in the first half. I think he saw the right play, but you got to execute it, and he just didn't quite execute it, with those passes. But Mooney got going. It's good to see him knocking down some shots. Still missed a couple that you expect him to make. But I loved how we really shared the ball. Simpson had a great floor game. 11 points on 7 attempts, 3 assists in 36 minutes. And then Heggs started making some shots again. But you're right, the energy is what really, or the defense is what got us going. Forced them into 17 turnovers.
Is that when the team is at its best, maybe, is when you share the ball? Because I know you kind of like to use the me basketball.
Yeah, you don't want to play hero basketball, right, or my turn offense. And we've been a bit disjointed, and there's probably quite a few things that have gone into that. But I think the number one thing is we had to really look in the mirror and say, what are we doing in practice? And what's been big for us, I would say the last 2 games, is we had a bit of humble pie against North Dakota State, so we all got to look in the mirror. And then we've actually had some practice time. After the North Dakota State game on Saturday, we were able to have 3 practices before we played Fort Wayne. Then we traveled back from Fort Wayne, and you're waking up at 3:30 Central Time and getting back at 1 in the afternoon. And we didn't practice on Friday, but had a fantastic practice on Saturday. Gave them the day off Sunday, so we had 2 days off in 3 days to kind of get their legs back. And I thought it showed. I thought we looked quicker. And then 2 more practices to get ready for Oral Roberts. So to be able to have 6 practices in only 2 games has been huge for us to really fine tune what we're doing, and especially without C.
How long is he going to be out? What's his status?
I'm not always good with the injured guys, to be honest, but the initial it's a broken hand. It's his offhand. So initially, our athletic trainer, Bruce Fishbach, said 4 to 6 weeks. So he'll be back. I mean, he's going to be back at some point, but you know what? As a coach, as a player, I love Carlton to death, but it's it's next man up. Like, other guys got to pick it up, and we just got to be better and figure out ways to help our other guys have success, because you just become a little bit of a different team.
How do you make sure, maybe it's easy, but when you do have some practices in the middle of the season, how do you make sure that there's progress being made in the absence of games, and that people are going to show up for their next game ready to go? Is there an art to that when you do have a little bit of time?
Yeah, with practices in the middle of the year, and especially now, we're getting closer to the dog days, right? I mean, it's the middle of January, and whatever the temperature is, and you have all that stuff, right? And so, but you know what? You got to constantly evolve. I mean, you're always evolving as a team, right? Last year, 4-3, I think we were through the first 7 games, and then all of a sudden we just kind of started going, and I think that goes to recruiting and having high achievers on your team and complete buy-in, and so you have that. At the same time, as coaches, you got to be able to in practice keep things fresh. If you're doing, sometimes it gets monotonous doing the same thing over and over, and so you got to kind of liven it up with some things. And especially last year was easy because it was so new to everybody. You just had all these young dogs. Okay, what next? And now you have even though we're kind of younger, you still have a bit of a veteran team. So in one respect, it's good because they've been down this road before. At the same time, you got to catch their attention with different things in practice, and maybe introduce some new drills and new ways of doing things, and saying, hey, this is where we're at right now, and we need to get better if we're going to get to where we want to go. And I think that's been the biggest thing in the last, 9 or 10 days.